Welcome back, Angry Grandpa, with another video. Today we're going to talk about Derivatsiya, the 2S38 Derivatsiya, not the Derivatsiya PVO. Here it is. So this tank is really new to me because I've got it yesterday, finished to do the parts for him. And today I'm going to play with him free maps and free styles. We're gonna play first match with, let's say, stock ammo, with just a bit of the kits that we need, and then we're gonna go with retrofits and all it needs. For now, I have nothing on the crew because there's nothing that I can grow up and explain. As for the tank, we can speak about it. It does 88 damage with the penetration of 500, which is the highest among all the AVs at this tier, and roughly 16k damage per minute. Reloading time is 0.99 seconds, and obviously all of this can be improved. Health points 2400, which is not bad. Mobility wise, it's on a chassis of a BMP, so it's quite mobile, moves very fast, 70 kilometers an hour. Utility, it has a good camo overall, without any retrofits or even painting on the tank, which that painting also increased by 5%. Visual range is also very good on this tank, 430 meters, and you can improve it out with retrofits. And targeting, gun depression, gun elevation, which is wow, -5 degrees depression plus 75 degrees gun elevation, or 75. Let's prepare the tank for the batch. As for all the utilities things that I use, it's just a plus crate, fire extinguisher, first aid cabinet, and a few rebuild kit. Command, I use Philip. This is my Philip setup. It is like this. This is a setup that I use on my KTTB. So let's get into the fight. I don't know what's going on, but seems like it's a very big problem right now with connection regarding the players, and this is not a fairly fine thing. This has been happening today like constantly. I have no idea why. I'm gonna take a high position with this tank. I want to see how good it is from a different angle. After this match, I'm gonna go also with his abilities plus upgrades that you have to unlock them with experience, and I've done all the contracts, so I'm gonna have a lot of possibilities to choose from. As I said, the tank has a good view range. The gun depression is not there, but the gun elevation it is, so I have to take some different positions in order to help the team. As you see in our base now, mostly of the players are being demolished. Let me go and help these. Obviously with Hunter AV always is a problem. That Burlak plays too aggressive. I don't know why, and I cannot help him because this tank's gun, it's fairly inexistent with gun depression. Let's take a good position here. Hopefully no one spots me. Well, I am already spotted. So, switching ammo. Do some pele rounds. Obviously Draco has to. I pick his attention, probably he's gonna shoot me, I have no idea, but I'm still gonna sit here. Attack. Well, 80 gems can really kill me. Yeah. And not having gun depression on this tank, it's very a huge problem with him. Obviously it has a good, let's say, gun elevation. The gun depression, it's not there. He can still shoot me. I cannot shoot him. I'm gonna fall down. My recoil is quite high on this tank. Thankfully I didn't die. But the problem it is with the gun depression, it's in existence. So you have to take caution every time you go somewhere. You have to know your limits. The mobility, it's quite sluggish because I don't have the crew. It's like going on 50% the crew experience or something like this. As you see in the map, not many players care about the mission itself, and we don't have time, and I really don't know what they are doing behind where is nothing. Actually, it's nothing. So you see the gun depression is not there. trying to help, but it's hard. It got me, and that's because of the freaking gun. This is not great, guys. This is not great. Look, I don't have gun depression. You see? Oh man, look, I cannot. I want to shoot him from this position. If I go on the left side, I'm gonna be easily damaged. Obviously, I can pen leopard amazingly. Let's go home. So first match, it went pretty fine, but not what I've expected. Let's upgrade the crew. Let's see what we can put on them. I think I'm gonna go with off-road driving because this tank, it moves quite slow. By the gun itself, the tank is fine. Like with the gun, it's fine. The problem is with the chassis and the gun depression. Let's go with this one. This ability allows you to fall back quickly by temporarily improving your camouflage factor and acceleration. However, it also reduces your vision range and reload speed. Let's try once. And let's go with the upgrades. It says here, lighter ball carrier. Autocannon rate of fire is increased by 56%. Barrel overheat rate is increased by 67%. So you can unload faster. Improved weapon cooling system. Overall rate is increased by 50%. Barrel cooling rate is increased by 20%. And obviously pele rounds. I still have to unlock all of them. So I'm gonna go purchase them. Let's see. Reduced by 50%, cooling rate is increased by 20%. See, I think I'm gonna go with this one. I can go with camo and add, let's say, like a retrofit. If I want to play defensive, I can go with flash suppressor. But if I want to play aggressive, I can go with this one. I'm gonna go this time with flash suppressor. Acceleration, obviously, this tank needs. As retrofits, I'm gonna use on this tank electro-optical absorbing paint V2, improved telescopic lenses V2, and survivability kit V2. For command, I'm gonna go with Yuan Sana. This is my setup right now. It's a bit messed up, but it is what it is. And also to not forget to change the ammo a bit with some pele rounds and have a bit of 50-50 between them. Let's go into the fight. So we are on Wildfire. As I said, I'm gonna play a bit more defensive on this match. Let's see how it is to play with this tank defensively. Sadly, this tank does not have override or something similar to override that it can make him run faster. So if you take a look at my camo, it's not dropping so much. So the camo is stable. I like that. Everything works nice. So this tank can be used also as a sniper. Even though this tank in real life is actually a spag, something like this. Which is different. I'm gonna switch to some pele rounds. I'm even spotting tanks. I'm taking care of the base. Hopefully. So I'm not gonna move unless I'm gonna spot some of them. So I don't die. Now I can go towards the secondary. Now I have someone that I have to ambush. Nice. So he's being tracked. It's nice. We're running out of ammo. Let's see where I can go. I'm gonna sit right at the spawn behind the tank. So now we're shooting with pellet rounds. Let's see what we can do with pellet rounds. Amazingly, it does great. Let's see with T-15 Armata now. Nice. See, I don't have gun depression. I cannot aim. I have to wait for the target to come in my sight. Just look at the freaking damage at nearly 500 meters, guys. This tank can shoot in real life nearly perfectly at a range of, guess what? 2000 meters. That's freaking insane. They end up pretty nice this match. So you can play with the Derivatsiya also defensive. Let's see how it is to be aggressive in this tank. I will remove the camo. I will add for the engine and traverse speed, which I rarely use, but I have to use. Acceleration and engine hit points by 50%. Vision range while being stopped. Gonna change it and gonna use one that is gonna be useful while on the move. More useful. And I'm gonna leave the survivability key to this. As for the command, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna use this time Philip. And gonna change also the upgrades. I'm gonna use light bolt carrier with spotting for foliage, and this tank now it can go differently. As you see, it increased the damage by 1k plus more damage per minute, and probably also the utility is much higher. As you see, mobility probably also does not show, but let's go into the fight. So we are on Hydra. I'm gonna see how this tank performs now when I'm gonna play, let's say, aggressive. When even it's not a map for aggressive style, I'm gonna try and do my best to play aggressive. The gun overheats, it's really heating up pretty fast. As I said, when you're gonna use this upgrade. But it does much better when, let's say, in close ranges, if you want to play more aggressive. Like, let's try to move from this position. Smoke. Well, that was my mistake now. See a tank coming in this position. Have to get out of here. It was my mistake that I went down. I thought that these are all of them, because sometimes they do not come. It's amazing sometimes. I'm gonna go on the left side and let's have a bit of a look. What are those guys doing? They're actually fighting like in real life. I know that some tanks are in that direction, so as you see, my camo, it's going down, and I went down. But I had no other option unless going through the river or down here, so As you see, the gun itself, it's annoying how it bounces and it moves, and the recoil, it's insane. Trying to get a nice angle so I can shoot. So here we take tanks that are above us and then below us. If I go over to shoot that tank, I can get myself pretty injured, so I prefer to shoot his cannon or chassis if I can, but that's impossible. So this was the map 3 and the last one. Did it went as I planned to? Well, not so much. Probably at 80%. So here we go with some pros and cons about the tank. So first and foremost, pros, really good gun, good upgrades. You can switch between them as you wish, and you can play aggressive. However, if you want to play aggressive, the tank is not made for that. You can be sometimes aggressive, but not continuously aggressive or spontaneous. This match, like the last one, it wasn't as I expected to be. However, if you play more defensively, from sitting behind the lines and using its abilities and all of his, let's say, pluses, then minuses, this tank can be very, very useful, and you can do a lot of damage. Cons: does not have any gun depression. It's inexistent, actually. For abilities, sadly, it does not have any 80 squad. Retreat, much better it is than design target. And why? Because this one provides you more cover. Let's say if your tank is fairly injured or you're nearly dying, and this helps quite a lot in some matches. For the crew stats, it's up to you what you use, and your commander, it's up to you what commander you use. My rating for this tank, it is, if you play aggressive, and if you want to play aggressive, is a 7. A 6 to 7. It's not a tank made for aggressive fighting. Because in some close combat situations, you don't have gun depression, and you cannot hit the target's lower plates so easily. If you play passive, this tank can be also a 10. So I'm between 8 and 9. As for you guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time in the next episode. Bye bye.